Hi everyone, I am back with another video. I hope that you all are doing well and shining your light to the brightest. Not letting anyone dim your light. No one should have the power over you to do that and bring you down. You have to uplift yourself and always make sure you put yourself first instead of someone else. For those of you that are new here, my name is Rosani and I am sharing my light with you to inspire and motivate you to think a little bit different. Here's my personal Instagram and here is my quote Instagram. Make sure to follow these pages so that you can be inspired daily with content that I post. I sound a little bit stuffy because I've been a little bit sick. Like, I've just had congestion. I've been taking care of myself. That's kind of why I haven't posted in a little while. But if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I post daily on there. Like, YouTube is a whole different ball game. And I want to make this video quick, so I don't want to... Well, I've been thinking about like how can I create content that will attract viewers to me. It's totally different when you're on the viewer side of things and then on the content creation side of things. The content creation side of things is so much harder. It requires attention to detail, what the viewers want to see. It requires research, time, effort, dedication. It requires you to constantly be on the network and posting stuff. It requires a lot, and I've just been feeling like, how can I increase my audience? Getting the word out, helping people change their mindset. So I've just been working on myself and researching, reading more, watching mindset things to see how can I attract people to listen and really subscribe. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about having accountability and why we don't like accepting accountability. Let's say that you have a situation whereby you're at work and they ask you to do something and you go and you do it, but unfortunately you make a mistake because you're not really paying attention to details. When your boss comes and asks you about it, you say, no, I did it correctly, I was paying attention to details, when in reality you were not. Why is it that the person doesn't like taking accountability? The reason is because people don't like to be responsible and show honesty and integrity. It makes them feel vulnerable. So they have to be okay with feeling vulnerable. And sometimes people are unable to do that. People don't know how to. People feel that they should always rely on someone else for things that they do. They should feel like they shouldn't have the responsibility or take accountability for their own actions. It could be a multitude of reasons. It could be because people have honesty and they have integrity and they have vulnerability locked up inside of their mind, inside of their body, inside of their energy. Not taking accountability, it's a habit that we have. Sometimes we don't even know that we're doing it. And the key is to be aware that you're not taking accountability for your own actions. You're not being responsible for yourself. You're depending on someone else to be responsible for you. No, you need to hold yourself accountable and you need to be responsible for yourself. It's time to break out of these habits that we unknowingly have and replace them with things that are better and help us evolve. You have to have honesty. The first step to being honest is being honest with yourself. Who you are. What are you? Getting to know yourself. And that will make it much easier to observe other people. And it will be much easier to see who you allow into your life. You are the main person who allows people into your life. You are the person who allows people to either motivate you or be a downfall for you. So you start looking at people differently once you get to know who you really are. People respect you more when you're accountable for your own actions. Like in a hit and run situation, if you decide to flee or if you decide to stay. If you decide to stay, it shows that you're responsible for your own actions, and the outcome might be a little bit different because it shows your true characteristics. It shows you are willing to be held accountable and you are willing to deal with the consequences. Unfortunately, in life, there's consequences for everything. Consequences are not only a bad thing, they're good things as well. For example, I go to the gym and the consequence would be that I get healthier. I eat healthier and the consequence will be I get skinnier. Consequences are just the end result of what action you take. We need to look at words differently. We say things and we don't even know what the word means. Where does the word come from? We need to see what the English language is. Where does it come from? How did it originate? We need to do this research on our own. I have a son, so I see that when he comes home with his homework, they just show him if it's a noun or if it's a verb and how to break it down into syllables. But they don't show him the root of where the word comes from and how one word can have multiple different meanings. There are things that we need to unlearn and we need to see for ourselves. We need to be accountable for every single thing in our life. We need to be accountable and responsible for our education. We need to not depend on the educational system to teach us things because we can teach ourselves and we can teach our kids. The real education comes from home. You understand? It doesn't come from school. While in school, they teach what I would say is the leaves of a tree, but they don't teach the root. They don't teach why things happen. Where did these things come from? And most people are not accountable or responsible because school didn't teach them that. Especially if you have parents that are first generation and they live in America and they come from third world countries. They depend on the school system to teach you, what it is that you need to know to accomplish certain things in life and to have the American dream, like the white picket fence. Some parents, they don't teach you the reality of things. You're kind of left on your own. You're kind of left on your own when you have parents like that. For me, like growing up with Dominican parents and they were first generation here to America, it was like I had to just learn everything on my own. I wasn't really guided. I was guided, but I wasn't guided. Does that make sense? Like they showed me and they taught me what I needed to know, the basics of my personality. But in terms of, education and things like that, they didn't really teach me. I taught myself. And then when I got to college, that's really when I taught myself how to have time management, how to be responsible for myself. And then having a kid on top of that, it showed me a whole nother level of responsibility. That was incredible, actually. Sometimes when you become a parent, you are able to have more accountability because now you have a responsibility. But sometimes people don't like being responsible. People don't like having to be responsible for someone else. They feel like it's too much. And it's okay to think that it's too much. Life is too much. But what do? You still have to face things head on. And I think it's just a whole slew of things that people don't realize. Like accountability is much more deeper than just the surface. There are certain things that are unseen at play. This is what we need to realize about life. Life has a lot of things below the surface that is at play and does influence who you are and who you're going to become. So it all starts with you. To be more responsible and to take more accountability, you have to be honest. You have to have integrity and you have to have moral principles. And you will start attracting those that have the same morals, integrity, and honesty around you. And if you see someone that's not being responsible and not taking accountability for their actions, call them out. Call them out and let them know what it is that they're doing, because they might not know that they're doing it. You know, if you bring it to their attention and they have either a fixed mindset about it or they have a growth mindset about it, that tells you everything that you need to know. It tells you if you want to continue to deal with this person or you want to go ahead and take the other route. The option and choice is yours on what you decide to do. They can't decide for you. If you're in a job where your boss is not accountable and they don't hold responsibility for their actions, get another job. If you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't like taking accountability and doesn't like being responsible for things, and you bring it to their attention and they just brush it off their shoulders, there's 8 billion people of the world. You don't need to be with this one person. At times we may feel like they're our soulmate, but no. We have different stages of life. I feel that we have different soulmates for every stage of our life. If we already reached that stage of being ourselves, knowing who we are, and being sure of yourself, then you have the option to decide if the person that you're with, you will be with them for the rest of your life. But it has to be a person that is on that same level of evolving as you. It's certain levels to it, and at certain points in your life you meet certain people and you may or may not get into relationships with them, but it really all depends on where you are in your life. Because if you're in a stage in your life where you're unsure and you're not responsible for yourself and your actions, then your partner will be the same exact way. So it really comes from within and where you are in your life. What stage of life are you in? Are you in a playful stage of life? Are you in a more serious stage of life? Are you just living your life? Are you really seeing the beauty behind everything? What stage are you in? So it really just has to do with everything that is inside of you. You have the option to move on. Why are you staying stuck and why are you staying stagnant? Once you yourself start being accountable and responsible for your own actions, you will align with people who are the same exact way. We attract what we are. So if we do not take accountability for our actions, then the people around us will be the same exact way, because you attract what you are. It's the power of observation, and you just pick up on everything that is around you unconsciously. Your brain is a multi-sensory organ. You're hearing stuff, you're looking at something, you're feeling something, you're smelling something. And then on top of that, you have your intuition. So your brain is always working. Your brain is always picking up on your environment and your surroundings. That's how we've been able to evolve from supposedly apes and gorillas and monkeys, and we've been able to evolve into humans. So they say we were monkeys. Who really knows? Like, please, like, with the information that we have today and with the technology that we have today, I don't know. I can't really get into thinking that we evolved from monkeys. Like, I don't know. Who really knows? So we've been able to evolve from cavemen into regular human beings using this tool that we have. Let's put our tool to use. With the internet now, we have this tool whereby we're able to research information ourselves. Whatever we want. We don't even have to go to school. We could just use ChatGPT to teach us things, to give us lessons, to give us breakdowns. We have this tool, ChatGPT or artificial intelligence, AI, but it's looked down upon. Let's stop that. Let's come into 2023, going into 2024, and let's use what we have, and let's learn how to use what we have, because we have these things but we don't know how to use them. So we have to learn ourselves. We have to research ourselves. We have to see for ourselves. That's how we learn, and that's how we gain knowledge, by seeing for ourselves and acknowledging what it is that we're seeing, acknowledging the truth of what things are and what's to come. So if you like this quick little video, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. Thank you to all those who have been showing me love. I appreciate you all, and go follow my Instagram right now, like not even playing, and go subscribe too. Let's stop these games. I have so many viewers, but nobody likes to subscribe, and let's get me to at least 100 followers, please. See you guys next time.